for us for PreSense. So on behalf of PreSense, we are so glad to meet you. And with us today we have Sri Kuldeep Rai Sharma, who's a member of Parliament, Andaman Nicobar constituency. And so he has been one of the best performing parliamentarian. And in 2022, Sir had received Sansad Ratna awards for his performance in the Parliament. And so today we are with him at Andamans, and so it's a wonderful place. It has got so much of historical lineage. It has got a lot of fauna, and it is a complete paradise which most of us in the mainland miss to know about it. So to begin with, I first want to get into your political scene of how you had come into politics. So what had actually mooted you to come into politics?
Since my childhood, my inspiration was my father and my grandmother. I used to see them doing lots and lots of social service all the time. So that inspired me to come in the social service field. And soon after my schooling, after my graduation, though in fact I had the plan to join politics in the later of my life, but due to the passion towards social service, in the early life of my career, I had joined politics.
So you had been in politics for almost like 25 years now,
Yes.
or like more than that if I'm right. And so Andaman has got a very, very, very strong relationship with the freedom struggle, and most closely because you have the cellular jail and all other things. So how do you relate yourself when it comes to politics and Andaman, sir? How related is politics, Andaman and the freedom struggle? If you can just give us some insights.
I, as a citizen of Andaman Nicobar Island, I call Andaman Nicobar Island as the capital of freedom struggle. Right? See, the people of the island, they have done lots and lots of sacrifice. Prior to that, everybody knows in the pages of history, it's very clear. People across 17 states and UTs of the country, freedom fighters, they were brought to the Andaman Nicobar Islands, and they really had a very tough time facing the atrocities faced by the Britishers, the Japanese, and many people, they were brutally murdered, okay, and many were hanged in Viper Island and Sonora jail. So the island has got a very strong freedom struggle history, and gradually over the period of time, as very rightly you have pointed out, that we have got, the nature is very kind on us. It's a living paradise on the earth. Let that be flora, fauna, forest, everything is outstanding. And apart from that, the very best thing which really the people of Andaman, we are proud of it. Anybody who comes to Andaman, or any time we get a chance to speak somewhere else in the country or abroad, we are really very proud citizens that we call ourselves as citizens of mini India. People from all caste, creed, language, religion, every part of the country, they reside in Andaman Nicobar Island in a very harmony and peace. And the mool mantra of Gandhiji, what he has taught the world, apart from Ahimsa, was that Purn Swaraj. The Purn Swaraj, if you want to look at it, it is the only place live that is Andaman Nicobar Islands.
I completely agree, sir, because we got to see a lot of multicultural people living together in harmony, in fact with love and with passion. And I think this is the right place for national integration.
I would just like to add one more thing, what I have said. Generally, as you have said, I am saying that by and large, people call Andaman Nicobar Island as a mini India. But I go a step ahead of it, and I call Andaman Nicobar Island not only a mini India, I call Andaman Nicobar Island as mini world, because we have got 6 tribes with us. Out of this, 4 are Negroids and 2 are Mongoloids. And if you just go back to the history and see their origin, so I think we are almost covering 3/4 of the globe. So it's Andaman Nicobar is not a mini India; it's basically a mini world.
Completely agree to it. So when it comes to your performance, in fact in 2022 when we had to do the analysis, we got to see your wonderful performance in the Parliament. Like there were a lot of bills that private members' bills that you have raised, and there are a lot of questions you have raised during your question hour. Like all of a sudden, we got to hear more about Andaman. All of a sudden, like for the past 13 years, we've been doing Sansad Ratna Awards. We've been giving awards to the best performing parliamentarian, and suddenly we got to hear, and suddenly we got to see a wonderful performance from the member of parliament from Andaman. So how did all this spark up? So suddenly we got to hear much about Andaman, and we got to hear more about the other side of the country. Can you just share your
See,
experience?
it's a very long experience. I have been traveling across the length and breadth of the islands since last 25 years. And every nook and corner of the island, I know what is the basic issue, what is the basic problem, right? So it has, last 25 years, the issues were really, so many issues were so close to my heart. Okay, and I did raise issues wherever I wanted to raise, let that be the Andaman Nicobar administration, or let that be the government of India. Because prior to becoming a member of parliament, I was heading Andaman Nicobar Congress party. I was the Congress president for last 16 years. So I had got lots and lots of opportunity to raise issues in the national level with government of India, as well with the Andaman Nicobar administration. So when I got a chance to get into the parliament, I thought that was the best place to raise the voice of the people of the island, people who are deprived. See, we don't have legislature with us. It's our bad luck. Being a citizen of this country, we do have a voting power in Lok Sabha in the lower house, but as of now, we don't have any legal right to vote in the Raj Sabha in upper house. So, being a citizen of India, I think I won't give full marks to me or my citizens who are staying in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Out of 10, I'll give 5 marks. Another 5 marks I'll give the day we get legislation in Andaman Nicobar Islands, and that day we'll get 10 marks. Once you have legislation, once you have the assembly, then the people's voice is there. People, as per the people, in a democratic setup, people will be elected, and people's issues, people's voice will be heard by the people in a real sense of democracy.
Right, sir, completely. And so, because we also have another initiative called Next Gen Political Leaders, where we kind of train youngsters to take up politics as a career. So, on their behalf, I just want to ask you one thing, sir. We know that you are a mechanical engineer, and you have also done a specialization in shipping, and you have kept all your specializations and your engineering degree one side, and then you chose to do politics. Has there been a regret any time, sir? Did you ever
Never,
feel?
never, never.
Did you feel that probably you have left a life that
No,
has?
no, no, never. I feel that I am meant to do social service, and for that I have, the God has sent me in this world.
And what do you think for the young aspirants who want to join politics? What are three main things they need to have, sir?
See, first and foremost is that one have to learn to sacrifice. See, we see the good side of politics, that okay, you see lot of fame, money, power, but apart from that, there is a bad side, that you have to work very hard. You have to be honest to the people, and firstly, you have to be honest to yourself, and you have to have a very kind heart, so that you feel the pain of others. And once you have to set yourself in their shoe and think that how it's pinching, how it's paining when some issues come. So once you are in their shoe, then only really you can feel the pain, and you can go for the issues to be resolved and to tackle that issues.
And there have been multiple issues you've taken to the national level, to the parliament. And so, what are the major issues after you have been the member of parliament that you have taken to the parliament?
See, to be very frank, see, what I have felt in these islands is that though the islands is surrounded by water from all four sides, nature is also very kind on us, that per annum we are getting 3,300 of rainfall per year. But it's really very shocking and very bad that still, in spite of all this wealth in abundance water rain we are having here, but still the city of Andaman Nicobar Island, the capital Port Blair, we get water after every 2 days. On the third day, the people of the city, they get water only for 15 minutes. Apart from that, even in the rural area also, there are plenty of water bodies are there, but hardly we get water. We get water for very little limited time. So my first and foremost uh, concern was that the islands people, they should get 24 into 7 into 365 days water anytime, whenever they open their tap, and that too a very neat and clean water, filter water, so that they don't get into any health issues. And once the islander, approximately as of now, I presume that there more maybe uh, 4 lakh, 4 lakh 20,000 population might be prevailing as of now. So this 4 lakh people should get clean water first, and apart from that, now our islands, it's getting global in a year or two. I believe that tourists will be flooded, lot of tourist footfall will be there, and once people start pouring, tourists will start pouring to come to Andamans in lakhs and lakhs. Then if you don't have water, I think tourism will be the only biggest industry in the coming days which we can really go for, and our youth, they can get employment out of it. So I feel that water is the main concern, and since the day one I got elected, I have been working on this, and I'm really very happy to say that there are 2 3 projects which was lying since last 2 decades with the government. I was able to uh, get those projects through, and one of the project is through already, and I'm working on the other project. So once these 2 3 projects are through, I think sufficient amount of water we'll have with us. This is one of the major issue. Second issue, what is really very bad and very pinching, is that health is a major issue here, because we do have only one referral hospital in the city, Port Blair, called by the name of GB Pant Hospital, and other places, remote islands, we have got small primary health centers and community health centers. We are even in this referral hospital also, we don't have any very super specialized doctors with us. Only if you just have any major issue like heart, lungs, nervous system, brain, the island people, they are referred to Chennai or Kolkata, and it is really very pinching that it costs you very high. Poor people, they can't afford to go for treatment unless and until they are referred by the government. So I was trying from my side to get the best doctors, get the best facilities in the islands, and as of now we have got dialysis centers. We have got. I'm trying to get ultrasound machine in each and every PSC, so that our ladies and girls, they should not suffer at the time of pain, at the time of pregnancy, and other major issues. I have been trying. It's one thing good has happened with the islands, is that now we have got a medical college with us. So I am trying very hard from my side that now we start a PG college in the islands. Once we get a PG college, then the islands students, doctors will get the opportunity to do PG courses here, do super specialization courses here, and our island is a very big island, more than 846 island and islets are there, and it has got a span of 700 odd kilometers, in which remote islands are there, tribal belts are there. So when our boys and girls, they become doctors, they go for super specialization courses, PG courses, then those doctors will go to their respective islands and they'll serve their own people.
Oh, that's very noble cause. And so usually when we talk about Andamans on the tourist perspective, it is believed that it is beaches, but it is way beyond just beaches. So I would want to know from you, sir, like for somebody as a tourist who's coming to Andaman, what all are the things that he can explore here?
See, as a tourist, n number of things are there which can be explored here. No doubt, we have got beautiful beaches, we have got beautiful flora and fauna, we have got beautiful forests. Apart from that, see, as I told you in my interview, when I started my interview, that I call this place as the capital of freedom struggle. Uh, it can be people, they can come here to know what exactly, especially the youngsters, what exactly the freedom struggle was, how people they suffered in these islands, atrocities faced by them, and apart from that, many you can go for scuba diving, you can go for an underwater sea walk, you can trek in the jungles. N number of things are there. As a tourist, you can really enjoy this place.
And so what are your future plans probably for the next 1.5 years, which is
See, now one very big thing is going to happen, is that our runway and our airport terminal building has got extended, and we are anticipating that by another maximum 1 year, our this airport will be open and we will be globally connected, especially with the seven South Asian countries. We are much closer to the seven South Asian countries rather than our mainland, our India. So once we are connected to Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Bali, Bangkok, then lot of trade, tourism, Andaman even can become one of the major educational hub. So in lots and lots of things are in the pipeline, which is going to happen, and government of India has really, even government of India, they're concerned about this and making Andaman Nicobar as a very big transshipment port at Great Nicobar, uh, which is called Campbell Bay, which is the southernmost tip of the country, which is below Kanyakumari also. So I think in coming days, Andaman Nicobar will just jump in next level.
Absolutely. So we also pray for that. Andaman having so much of flora and fauna, and as you rightly said, there is so much of greenery. Almost like 80% of your land, 84% of your land is filled with green, and there is a high demand for herbal products in the country and in the globe in per se. So, is there something that you're exploring on the globe, on the herbal perspective of medicines or?
See, we have got two very vital parameters with us. One is that, as very rightly you have said, that we have got 84% dense forest, reserve forest. So, in this jungle, lots and lots and lots of herbs are there. Apart from that, Andaman Nicobar, it has got a tropical climate. So, if you talk about herbs, spices, all these things, really it's grown up in the tropical climate. So, the very basic raw material, the stuff you have green land with us. We have got, the climate is very suitable for herbs here. So we have to plan in a very systematic way. Though Andaman Nicobar administration they have planned, but it's not up to that big scale. It's not to the commercial scale. It is locally. The demand is fulfilled. Apart from that, a few other good things are there because Andaman Nicobar, it has got ICMR research institute with us. We have got CARI with us. So these two institutes are doing quite well because they are experimenting more and more on these plants and trees and herbs, all those things. So I foresee that in coming days, islands will do well in herbs so that it can generate more employment and revenue as well.
So you have done specialization in shipping, and Andaman being an island, and there's so much of prospects for shipping as an industry. So how do you see shipping for getting revenue for Andaman?
See, I see Andaman Nicobar as the biggest shipping hub in the country. Now let's talk about the major ports in the country. You see Kolkata port, you see Vizag port, you see Chennai port, you see Kochi port, you see Mumbai port. Because I have seen all the ports. Being a person from this shipping line, I have studied in shipping. So all the ports prevailing in the country, all the ports are very much near the city. And even if you want to expand the shipping industry in that particular area, you don't have any scope because there is no land to expand the shipping sector in those major ports. Andamans, see, as I told you earlier, we have got so many islands, and I believe that if Government of India takes a proper stand, because no doubt Government of India, they have taken a stand, and a very big this transshipment port is coming in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Apart from that, we can go for very big ship making and ship maintenance docks in a very big way. So that can really give lots and lots and lots of employment. Apart from that, that can give much revenue.
Then how about the fisheries, sir? Because I think that's also one part which is not much tapped when it comes
Fisheries, we can do wonders because Andaman Sea itself, it has got 2,47,000 metric tons of fishes, and officially if you just go to the data of Andaman Nicobar administration of 2018, the data speaks that approximately as of now we are able to catch only 32,000 metric tons of fishes. So that means that more than 210,000 metric tons of fishes are still lying in Andaman Sea, which died due to old age. So it has got tremendous potential as far as fishes are concerned. Out of this, the data which I gave you of 247,000 metric ton, 64% is tuna fish, and we all know that tuna fish it has got tremendous demand in international market as well. The rate of tuna fish per kg is very high. So over the period of time, even we are trying to promote fisheries industry so that we get big vessels, deep sea vessels, and we get cold storage warehouses, so that once we get ourselves open to the international market, so directly we can export fishes from our airport to.
Please.
So when it comes to IT, because that's another hub which is actually booming, and India has got so much of potential in getting these BPOs and outsourced work. So how do you see, because now that you have the cable connection, the internet connectivity has been into Andaman. So how do you see IT coming into Andaman?
See, as of now, I'm very sorry to say that we don't have any IT sector, IT hub in Andamans, no multinationals in Andamans, but very shortly I anticipate that maybe another 3 to 5 years we'll be having a very big IT hub in the islands, because we were not connected with the OFC cable, optic fiber cable, since last many years, but just before 2 years we got ourselves connected from Chennai to Port Blair through OFC cable, optic fiber cable, and through Port Blair to different 7 islands. It has been connected with a bandwidth of 2 terabytes. So it's a big amount as far as this IT sector is concerned. But we have got one hurdle in this. There is one issue, one problem, that no multinational company wants to come to Andaman, because since we have got only one line with us, so the multinational companies, they want that we should have one more line, so that, because we all know that Andaman Nicobar Island, it lies in seismic zone 5. It's a quake prone area. It's a tsunami zone area. So any day anything may happen, because the stretch from Chennai to Port Blair is approximately 1,254 kilometers. So any day anything might happen. The line might get disturbed. The line might get punctured, or it might get displaced. Something might happen. But once some disturbance come on the line, then the whole IT industry will be shut down. So if we have a parallel line, so if one line gets stopped or damaged, the other line will have the other line through which the industry will go on. So I have raised the question in the parliament. I have taken the matter with the government of India as well the Andaman Nicobar administration. I am trying my best that the island should have one more IT line from the north tip of the island, which is called Diglipur, from there to Puri. So once Chennai, Port Blair, Diglipur and Puri is connected, the whole loop is completed, and then I feel that we can do wonders in IT sector, because we have got a very clean atmosphere, environment is very nice, and I feel that we can steal lots and lots of business from Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and Bangkok, because in the islands our boys and girls, they are very high skilled, they are knowledgeable, and the amount of money which is paid in those countries, we can, same nature of job can be done half the cost in the islands.
And they're also multilingual.
Multilingual.
So they can speak English, Hindi, and regional languages also. So now having a great scope in herbs, having a great scope in expansion of the airport, having your big shipping industry coming up, and expecting much of IT come on board. So the fishery is going to taking up a good leap. I'm sure there is a very strong and very sensible visions that you have set for Andaman for the next 5 years, sir. I'm sure it's going to come true in few years from now. So is there anything that you would want to share?
People of the country, they come visit our islands and pay homage to the great freedom fighters who laid down their life for us in the Sarora jail. the national memorial which we have with us in the islands. Jai Hind.